week for another edition of Get the Facts. As the recovery continues, please stay safe, stay informed, and take care of each other.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica's poverty rate has dropped from 16.7% to 8.2%. As the government's economic program begins to pay off, our country is heading towards sustained growth. We are building Jamaica. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
6 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It is Friday. It's Friday, November. What date is it today? November what? 14, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. Good morning to you. If you're listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9 on your FM dial, we appreciate your company there. If you are listening and watching on our YouTube channel, good morning to you. The channel is Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. That's Nationwide 90 FM LIVE. With the number 2 beside that. Go on over there and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click the notification bell as well, guys, so that you can be notified whenever we go live and whenever we post a video. And I want to say good morning to those in the YouTube chat this morning. Mr. Overthinker, good morning to you. Ines Campbell Murray, top of the morning to you. Hugh Donaldson, good morning. Kariva Peer, top of the morning to you as well. Prosette, good morning to you as well. Albert Morgan, Ines Campbell Murray. I said Ines Campbell already. Good morning to you again. Tevin Johnson, top of the morning to you. Ryder 40, good morning. Also seeing in the YouTube chat, Herman Hyatt, top of the morning to you, Herman. Pretty P65. All right. First time seeing that name. Or I don't know if it's because the YouTube kind of changed the way they show the names. So maybe the person's like username, the at username is different from their other name on YouTube. So Pretty P65, maybe someone who usually comments, but the name kind of different. I don't know. Is that Janesta Johnson? Good morning to you. Cherry Care, top of the morning to you as well. All those over there on YouTube. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for joining us on the YouTube platform. If you are listening from our mobile app, which is available for free on the Google Play and the Apple App Store, morning to you as well, and those on our website, revonews.ai. Good morning to you. Listening or watching, good morning to you. This morning, inside the Consumer Hour, the phone lines will be open for you. So if you have any consumer-related matters, you can give us a call. Let me remind you of the numbers to call. 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4, and 618-6730. So those are the numbers to call if you have any consumer related matters. Also, I want to make mention, someone I am trying to remember if it's a comment that I saw on YouTube or someone called about it. Not remembering right now, but there were some questions about the Solidarity Program, and I did say I was gonna make mention of it. As far as I am aware, we haven't heard of any delay. Well, we haven't heard of any, but I'm assuming there may be, based on what the ministry has to deal with the hurricane and relief efforts right now. But or maybe they will shape the solidarity program in a way that will coincide with relief efforts. Not sure, but the solidarity program was going on in phases, and they were not at the end of. We were not at the end of I think phase 2, or we're about to go into phase 3, something to that effect. So we are standing by, I would say, to hear a definitive word from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security as it relates to the solidarity program, and what will happen for those who have already signed up, who are eligible to receive that grant under the program, and how they will get it. So yes, we also have an update for you from JPS, and we will be joined by JPS's communications officer, Darian Reed. Good morning to you, Darian.
Good morning, Nora, and good morning to all of your listeners on JPS Cares this morning.
Thank you so much, Darian, for joining us this morning. I know you guys, especially those of you who are working with the offices at JPS, you must be tired in this time, but we thank you for your continued work to help the nation get back on track.
Thank you so much for that. You are indeed right. I know the teams are tired, but we give thanks that we're able to do this another day, another day of restoration.
Awesome. So if you could tell us, Darian, where is JPS now, where restoration is concerned, and also if you could give us an update on a possible schedule to be released, if that's happening anytime soon.
Okay, so today is day 17 of restoration, which is just a little over 2 weeks following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. So just to put in context, it was a Category 5 hurricane, which meant severe damage to the infrastructure across the island. But also on record, it is one of the most powerful hurricanes coming out of the Atlantic and thereby making landfall in Jamaica.
Right.
So as of today, November 14, we're at approximately 68% of customers having electricity supply across the island. As it relates to a parish breakdown, if you want to look at it like that, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney, and that's the western side of the island, which was the hardest hit. We have about 0 to 20% of customers currently with electricity right now. If we move over to St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester, we have about 20 to 60% of our customers with electricity in those parishes. Over further to the east, in Portland and St. Mary, we have just over 60% of customers with electricity. And then for the least impacted parishes, so St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, more than 95% of customers have been restored. So just to put it in context, in terms of St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine, we are transitioning into normal operations. However, there will be customers who indicate that I am still out. And, we are aware of some of those cases, unique cases. So we're addressing unique customer issues at this time for those parishes. And that can be due to a number of factors: inaccessibility, localized faults as it relates to their own wiring being compromised through the passage of the hurricane. So we continue to work with the teams and respond to those reports to get to those customers. So we want to just thank them for their patience, because we understand it can be frustrating when you look around and you're seeing everybody else with electricity, but something is wrong that is preventing you from getting access or supply. Coming out of our press briefing yesterday, the president and CEO would have announced that by the first week of December, Portland and St. Mary will be 95% restored. That's the first week of December. That's Portland and St. Mary, 95% restored. By the second week of December, and this is around December 10 thereabout, 75% of customers will be restored in St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester. So we have been putting in the work, as was also explained yesterday. We have about 650 line workers, and that consists of JPS workers as well as workers across the region and out of North America, helping to get us back and get customers up and running. So we continue to do that. As it relates to the parishes that I just listed, that's St. Anne, Clarendon, and Manchester.
Before you go into the further breakdown, we are up on a break, so we're going to take this quick commercial break and come back and allow you to continue.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:18.
This is a public service announcement from JPS. JPS is urging customers not to pay anyone to have their electricity service reconnected. Customers are reminded that unauthorized reconnections can be extremely dangerous and can result in serious injury, electrocution, or damage to property. This practice is unethical, illegal, and could delay restoration efforts. If anyone claiming to represent JPS requests payment for reconnection services, report it immediately to the nearest police station or JPS. JPS thanks all customers for their patience as teams continue working to restore power safely and as quickly as possible. That was a public service announcement from JPS.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy electrodes, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. The 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's JPS Cares, and we're joined by Communications Officer at JPS, Darian Reed, talking to us about JPS's restoration efforts at this time after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, and they have done great work so far, and they continue to do so. Before you go into the breakdown of those other parishes, Darian, for areas in Kingston and St. Andrew and areas on the east that were not as badly affected by the hurricane, but we still have some issues connecting those customers. Most of us on the east, it's about 95 or in the 90s where restoration is concerned. What's the timeline for the eastern parishes, especially Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, that were not as badly affected, for full restoration?
In terms of a timeline, Nora, because we have transitioned into regular operations for those parishes, it's a matter of responding to individual customers.
Got it.
So there is no timeline per se. It's a matter of just getting to them, and some of the things that are preventing us, access issues sometimes, or sometimes it is that the customers need to liaise with their electricians to have their own property checked out and assessed, because that may be preventing them from accessing supply from us. But we've been working on a case-by-case basis to resolve those issues.
Okay, noted. You can continue.
Okay, so having done the damage assessment, and just to as a caveat, damage assessment continues across several parishes, but the amount of work that has been done so far is why we are able to list communities that are scheduled for reconnection by about December 10 in the parishes of St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester. So I'm just quickly going to go through those communities in St. Anne.
Okay.
Alderton, Blackstone Edge, Claremont, Content Gardens, Exchange, Faithspen, Gibraltar East, Golden Grove, Monigue, Ocherios, Riverhead, St. Anne's Bay, Colgate, Stairtown, Walkerswood, and Bohemia. All right, so I want to make it very clear, even though we say we're trying to get to 75% by December 10, it is important to note that every single day we onboard customers. So it's not like nothing will happen between November 14 to December 10, and then on December 10, everybody will come on board to reach that 75%. Customers are being onboarded every single day. So just important to note. All right, so moving over to Clarendon. The customers that will be reconnected by December 10 include Alley, Bushy Park, Chapelton, Cockpit, Curato Hill, Effortville, Four Paths, Freetown, Give Me Bit, Glenmuir, Halls Hall, Hazard, Longville Park, Longwood, Maypen, Mineral Heights, Milk River, Moors, New Denby, New Longsville, Old Denby, Osborne Store, Paisley, Palmer's Cross, Pennants, Pleasant Valley, Racecourse, Rock River, Rosewell, Salt River, Sandy Bay, Sanguinetti, Spalding, Summerfield, Tollgate, Treadlight, Trout Hall, Turners, Water Lane, and Yorktown. And all of these communities that I have listed, if you go to www.jpsco.com, they are on our website under the Restoration Updates section. So I'll move over to Manchester now. So 75%, the communities that are included in that 75% by December 10 are Banana Ground, Belfield, Bethany, Blue Mountain, Bombay, Broadleaf, Botop, Chantilly, Chudley, Christiana, Cobbler, Comfort, Downs, Georges Valley, Greenvale, Harmon, Harrywatch, Hatfield, Hibernia, Huntley, Kendall, Litchfield, Mandeville, Mayday, Miketown, New Forest, New Green, Porus, Prospect, Richmond, Robbins Hall, Scotts Pass, Spring Ground, Spurtree, Top Hill, Victoria Town, and Walderston. So Clarendon, Manchester, St. Anne, the communities that I just listed make up the 75% of customers who will have electricity by December 10. And as I said before, these communities can be found on our website at www.gpsco.com.
Right. I went to the website and I'm seeing it here nicely laid out. And I realized there are 3 parishes here listed for 75% restoration by December 10. Is it that JPS will only be working on these 3 parishes until December 10, or are you also simultaneously still working in the more western parishes, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney?
Definitely. Work is happening simultaneously.
But there is no list yet of communities. No.
Yes, there is no list for those communities over in the West. Because what's happening in the West, because it was so badly damaged, damage assessment continues. So we continue to be supported by the Jamaica Defense Force through their helicopters. We continue to use drones to kind of get a sense of the extent of the damage, because some sections in the West are still inaccessible. Roadways have totally eroded. There are some places with a high level of water still. So access issues is the greatest problem for us over in the West. But separate and apart from access issues, you have to understand that roads where poles were once laid out are no more. They exist no more. So what that means for us is that we are redesigning and trying to reroute power lines, finding the best locations to mount these poles so that we can begin the process of connecting people in the West. So damage assessment is far advanced, but there's a lot more work to be done, as you can imagine. Anybody who has been to those parishes and have seen the devastation will understand the mammoth task ahead of the team. But as we said, over 650 linemen are dispatched all across the island. So work is happening simultaneously, not just in the parishes of St. Anne, Clarendon, and Manchester.
Okay. And for those, there are a lot of persons in our YouTube chat asking about specific communities. And what I realize, most of these communities, they are in Kingston, St. Andrew. Those who are asking about restoration of electricity. For those unique customers, as you described them, who are still without electricity in these eastern parishes, what should be the line of action for them to ensure that they get the word out to you so that you know that you need to come to them specifically?
Okay, so we have a number of channels via which they can make contact. Bearing in mind the lack of electricity per se, the phone lines perhaps is the next best bet for them. So you can call JPS at 888-935-5577 or 888-225-5577. If there is some internet access where they are, you can always send us a direct message on our social media platforms at My GPS Online, on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, or you can log a report through the My GPS mobile app. Once that report is logged, you will get a report number, and on the back end, our teams will be dispatched accordingly to respond to those issues as best as they possibly can. But that is the channel via which those unique customers get attention or get a response from us in this time.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to say to your customers before we go?
Definitely. We want to just let our customers know that the work is continuing, not just on the operational side, but even on the relief side. So we have the JPS Foundation. We've already made stops in Western Jamaica. We went to Black River last week, as well as Westmoreland. So we have been on the ground delivering care packages, helping residents to remove debris from their spaces, just to assist with cleanup efforts, but also the moral side of things, having conversations with a range of persons, different ages, the young, the old, the in between. So our teams are on the ground, giving aid, helping, because we understand the total devastation that has happened across the island. And as our teams work to restore power across the island, we want to ensure we can play our part in helping to bring a bit of ease to our customers, because it's not easy. We also have team members who have lost possessions, who have lost property, vehicles, who have been totally impacted. But even some of those team members are on the ground with us, helping us to make our way through the communities to get to people and to get the aid out. We've delivered over 3,000 care packages so far. We will be in St. James today, helping different church communities, as we understand that the churches are a refuge for some of these residents. So we're trying to ensure that the churches are in good condition. So a lot of cleaning up will be taking place today, because it is a safe haven for a lot of customers who continue to be impacted. So we thank you for your patience. We can't thank you enough. The teams continue to work tirelessly, I might add. And just for context, it is a Category 5 hurricane. It totally ravaged sections of the island, and we are working as safely and as quickly as possible, because we also have family members and team members who are impacted, and we're doing the very best we can. So stay tuned to other updates from the official GPS channels as we rebuild together a stronger, a better Jamaica.
All right. Thank you so much, Darian, and all the best to yourself and the team as you go out in these communities. Please be safe.
Thank you, Nora.
All right. We are up on another break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the phone lines will be open for you, and I will definitely give you those communities again and tell you where you can go to see the list of communities for restoration by December 10.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:35.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
This is a public service announcement from JPS. JPS is urging customers not to pay anyone to have their electricity service reconnected. Customers are reminded that unauthorized reconnections can be extremely dangerous and can result in serious injury, electrocution, or damage to property. This practice is unethical, illegal, and could delay restoration efforts. If anyone claiming to represent JPS requests payment for reconnection services, report it immediately to the nearest police station or JPS. JPS thanks all customers for their patience as teams continue working to restore power safely and as quickly as possible. That was a public service announcement from JPS.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. And if you are just joining us, you would have missed the update from JPS. So you can either continue listening and then afterwards you can go back to the beginning of the program, or you can do that now. Go back to the beginning of the program and listen. We were joined by Communications Officer at JPS, Darian Reed, and he gave us an update on restoration efforts by JPS. We're going to go to the phone lines now. Shelley, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, let me congratulate the station for the awesome work you guys do in updating the community.
Thank you.
I listened to you guys up to 10 o'clock last night, and you guys just run an awesome program. I am calling because I heard the update just now.
Right.
And I want to report electrical line that's been down from Burial. It's at my church. And we have Sunday school every Sunday, and the wires are hanging. You can barely get underneath it with your car. And I know that JPS has restored my light. I'm calling from St. Elizabeth. And my light has been restored, but this is serious. We have made several reports about that line, and nobody came out. So I'm trying to get your help while they're in the area to see if they can go and stretch that line, because it's a high-power line.
You said you're in St. Elizabeth?
I'm in Junction, St. Elizabeth, yeah.
What's the state of that line now? Is it still just
Still hanging?
Okay. And the poles around it standing?
Yes, the pole is standing. It's just the line that needs to be pulled.
Okay. All right. Do you have the pole numbers or any
other? No, I didn't know I need that.
Right. Or we would need some more specific details as it relates to the area or the location. Maybe
I can tell you that information, but the phone number I don't have.
Okay, no problem. You can stay on the line. You can give it to the producer, Michelle. She'll take it from you, and we'll give it to JPS, okay?
And again, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. From Burial. Interesting one there. And so happy to hear that, those poles are still standing, and she's able to get to us from St. Elizabeth. So something is, happening right. where connectivity is concerned, wherever in St. Elizabeth, where she said Junction. So something is going right there. Thank you. I don't know if she's using Starlink or local telecoms providers. But happy to hear from someone from St. Elizabeth calling for assistance there. All right. So once again, I did say I will let you know those communities for those who may just be joining us, or you just want to hear them again. And if you want to see them for yourself, you can just go to JPSCO. That's jpsco.com. And there is a tab on JPS's website, Restoration Updates. If you click that drop-down menu, you will see Hurricane Melissa restoration timelines. So if you go to JPS's website, that's jpsco.com, jpsco.com, there is a tab that says restoration updates. It's the second one right after our services. It's restoration updates. And the first one in the drop-down menu is Hurricane Melissa restoration timelines. If you click that, you will see a map of Jamaica in several shades of blue, and the key or the guideline, the legend, if you remember from geography, the colors are coded and they tell you what each color means. So 0 to 20% restored, they tell you the parishes: St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney. 20% to 60% restored, St. Anne, Clarendon, Manchester. Over 60% restored, Portland, St. Mary, and more than 95% restored, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew, St. Catherine. And Darian did tell us that in especially those eastern parishes, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, JPS has returned to normal operations, which means they are now operating the grid as they usually do, but now attending to specific cases where, your line may be down, and that's why you are without electricity, or something happened within your household, and you are not having electricity, but your neighbors are, or a specific community where something happened in that area where that small set of people are not able to have electricity right now. So JPS is responding to those unique cases as Darren described it. However, for the parishes of Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Anne, JPS is committing to getting 75% of the customer base restored by December 10. So if you're in Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Anne, JPS says 75% of their customer base in those parishes will be restored by December 10. And in Manchester, the communities are Banana Ground, Belfield, Bethany, Blue Mountain, Bombay, Broadleaf, Bottup, Chantilly, Shudley, Christiana, Cobbler, Comfort, Downs, Georges Valley, Greenvale, Harmons, Harrywatch, Hatfield, Hibernia, Huntley, Kendall, Litchfield, Mandeville, Mayday, Miketown, New Forest, New Green, Porus, Prospect, Richmond, Robbins Hall, Scotts Pass, Spring Ground, Spurtree, Top Hill, Victoria Town, and Waldstone. Those are the communities in Manchester. If you are living in Clarendon, listen up, these communities will be restored by December 10. Of course, some will be restored before because it's by, and we are at November 14, so just about a month there. A little below a month, less than a month, but just about. So the communities in Clarendon that should be restored by December 10, Alley, Bushy Park, Chapelton, Cockpit, is this Curato Hill, Effortville, Four Paths, Freetown, Gimme Me Bit, Glenmuir, Halls Hall, Hazard, Longville Park, Longwood, Maypen, Mineral Heights, Milk River, Moors, New Denby, New Longsville, Old Denby, Osborne Store, Paisley, Palmer's Cross, Pennants, Pleasant Valley, Racecourse, Rock River, Rosewell, Salt River, Sandy Bay, Sanguinetti, Spalding, Summerfield, Tollgate, Treadlight, Trout Hall, Turners, Waterlane, and Yorktown. All those communities should be restored in Clarendon by December 10 by JPS. And if you are in St. Anne, these are the communities to be restored by December 10. Alderton, Blackstone Edge, Claremont, Content Gardens, Exchange, Faith's Pen, Gibraltar East, Golden Grove, Maneague, Ochereus, Riverhead, St. Anne's Bay, Colgate, Stairtown, Walkerswood, and Bohemia. All right? Once again, all this information is available on the JPS website. It's jpsco.com under the tab Restoration Updates, and you click Hurricane Melissa Restoration Timelines. We're up on a break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will continue taking your calls.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
This is a public service announcement from JPS. The service support hub for the JPS Customer Care Center, located in Western Jamaica, is now back to normal operations. This means that in addition to other support channels, including the MyJPS app, self-service and web chat, customers are now able to call through to the Customer Care Center as before. JPS thanks you for your patience and understanding. That was a public service announcement from JPS.
They've lost homes.
Everything is gone. Have no house, have nothing.
They've lost power.
No water, no food, no light, no bed. Jamaican people need desperate help.
Some haven't heard a familiar voice in days.
The last thing I said to my sister, please be safe. And that was the last time.
For others, hope is starting to ebb. But together, we are rebuilding Jamaica, one parish at a time.
Well, we have to try. We have to try. Can't give up.
Join Nationwide 90 FM from November 21 to December 19, every Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as we broadcast live from Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, and St. Elizabeth, helping families and communities rebuild after Hurricane Melissa.
And you can help too.
Bring your donations, non-perishable food, water, hygiene products, lighting, or recovery supplies to our office at 14 Ocean Boulevard, the Digital Building, downtown Kingston.
Let's show the true strength of our nation. Unity, compassion, and care. Together, we can rebuild lives and restore hope. Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Give us strength. Never let I fail.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With the Stinger Honeybee
and Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezoneblindates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions.
Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow. Ow.
None of mercy. This one is very classic, dedicated to all the schoolers who are taking bits.
If you've ever struggled to pass an exam, then you'll know that students today are under great pressure to get good grades and secure qualification needed to move on to higher education. The problem is that too many students are struggling alone and could really benefit from connecting with hardworking teachers and other bright students in other parts of the country and the region. Join me, Dennis Brooks, this and every Friday evening from 8 to 9, with a repeat on Saturday morning from 8 to 9. For the A-Team, a study group on radio, my team of teachers, students, and experts will break down the syllabus, giving you information, tips, and past paper questions that will help you get top grades in your upcoming exams. Follow us on Facebook Live and on Twitter and be a part of the community. It's the A-Team. Fridays at 8 p.m. with a repeat at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's your free extra class on radio and social media. And it's right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
In today's fast-paced world, standards are the silent force behind the quality, safety, and reliability we often take for granted. From the food we eat to the buildings we enter. Since 1969, the Bureau of Standards Jamaica BSJ has led the charge, shaping our national quality infrastructure under the Standards Act. Whether it's measuring fuel, calibrating medical devices, or ensuring business competitiveness, standards matter. That's why we're proud to bring you Standards Matters every Tuesday at 8:10 a.m. during Nationwide This Morning. This engaging series educates, empowers, and explores how standards drive national development and open doors to global markets. That's Standards Matters every Tuesday at 8:10 a.m. during Nationwide This Morning. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Lori Gale from Oasis, advising of a change in our program focus, November 5 to 18. We do a shift from reading the Word to living out the Word. Host Roland Gale will speak with heads of churches regarding their intervention in getting our lives back on track following Hurricane Melissa. Be sure to join Roland and his guests on Oasis beginning Wednesday, November 5, 12:55 p.m., with a repeat at 5:45 a.m. Only on Nationwide, the new revolution in media. Let's all be praying for our nation.
Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I am Nora Gay Banton. We are almost to the end of the program, so we only have time for one short call now. William, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, William.
Morning. Yeah, one quick thing here with Flow. You know, I use a landline and I call it the alternative system to get my bill, because I know they're not sending out any more paper bill.
Mm-hmm.
So when the bill come to me, I realize that something wrong. So I try to get to a customer service to explain about my bill. Now she tell me now that they don't have no legal right to explain my own bill to me. You have to go through some AI or whatever them want to call it. My bill, me give her all the information. And some just want to get some clarity to know how to reach this figure or whatever.
What's the issue with the bill?
Huh?
What's the issue with the bill?
Well, it's to the amount on it and how they check my bill.
It's not the amount that you usually pay. A Flow bill is usually
no, it's up and down, you know, up and down.
How is your bill? What? This is a bill. This is your bill for what?
Your monthly bill.
For what? Internet? Do you have a postpaid phone? That's what I'm asking.
A straight line. Just
a postpaid phone.
Right. Flow.
Is it a cell phone or your house phone?
No, landline.
Right. Okay. So it's and it's only the landline that you're paying for.
Right.
Okay. And your bill usually comes to?
Well, it depends on how me use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you don't have a set figure. Like you have a rent or set
on
figure.
Average, I'm asking.
Right.
On average.
Well, on average it's between 3,000 to 4,000.
Okay, and it came to, and why were you concerned?
Well, over 5, and for a period of time, I never have no phone.
Okay. And you asked for some clarity on the customer care line.
Right.
And you were told
that they cannot they cannot share no explanation with me pertaining to my bill.
And where were you supposed to go to seek clarity?
It's enough to go through the AI system too. You go through some.
So the AI system was going to explain it to you?
That's the question I asked.
Look here now. Look here now, Flo. You see, the country is dealing with a lot right now. You see, Flo, now is not the time for the foolishness. The man is speaking to a live customer service agent an actual person and asking about an issue with his bill higher than normal, and during the period that he's billed for, the phone was not working for some of that time. So he has questions. And the live customer service agent, the real person, is going to tell the customer that they can't explain the issue. But you can go and try and get an explanation from the AI-generated
to a machine
customer care system. Then that makes sense?
You know, sometimes you make me wonder what really happened.
So William, did you eventually get a response regarding your bill?
No, because me don't really use a cell phone. You have to use a mobile phone to do that. We cannot do that on a landline, you know, what they're supposed to do.
So you paid the bill?
Not as yet. The Juliet don't come and me have up till about the 9th.
Well, you know, William, stay on the line. Michelle probably has your information already, but maybe not your Flow information. Let's send this over to our friends at Flow and see if someone can provide an explanation. Because I don't know why a person, an actual agent, live and in living flesh, would send someone. You are working with Flow. You're a customer service rep. You have access to the systems and all of that.
Exactly.
And you're going to send him to AI? You know what, William? Stay on the line.
Yes.
That is all the time we have. You know, the country has some real serious things to deal with right now. And Flow, I don't think now is the time. Honestly. It's never the time in a Flow. But especially not now. So we're going to send William over to you, and we're going to ask you to just assist him. Thank you. That's all the time we have for the Consumer Hour this morning. We're going to make way now for Cliff Hughes Online with Tyrone Reed.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.